It's your boy Fannon. Welcome back to the channel. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It's Cursor. Salute to you. What is good, man? Yes, they're waiting patiently. You ain't gotta wait too long, man. I'm right here with you, man. What's going on? Zoe, let's go. What's good, man? Derek McKee. Mark Blake, what's going on, man? Eugene Williams. Ghost in Action. Syndicate J. Harry Ferguson, what's going on, man? Voice TV, what's good, man? Shout out to the DMV, my man. What's going on, man? I spent years in the DMV, man. Years in the DMV. What's going on? It's Cursor. Hey, St. Cruising, man. What's going on? John Marr, Johnny John, Merv the Cut Man, salute, Tavion Parrish, Harold Jones, Expert Genius. What's going on, man? Lorenzo Bond, CMS HBJ Dog, salute. Eddie Hearn, he said Eddie Jones. I'm about to say Eddie Hearn. Dr. Blick, what's going on out there in the UK? Aunt Riley. Brian Taylor, what's good? DOG77JL, what's going on? Native Black Faculty Boxing. Good morning to you. Will Magic Man, Sean Snowden, what's going on? It's Cursor. What's going on? The Fight Fan Lewis. I'm going to leave that first part out of there. It's Cursor, was good. Man, Ronald Finkley, man, much love in the super chat, man. Let me hit this gong. I'm late on getting my blue gong. What's good, man? Said Ron Fink. Mark Blake, what's going on, man? What's going on? Too Real Tim, 212, and Raul Gutierrez. My man Ron Finkley say I'm listening to boxing news. Good morning. Yes, sir, man. We're gonna have a little boxing conversation today, man. I got a couple things we're gonna pop off talking about. Ancestral Rage, what's going on, man? Buddy Lee Sr., Mike James Boxing, Eddie Jones, Raider Time, Laura Sweet Perrin, Baltimore holding you and the LDBC down for standing up for us boxing fans. Much respect, bro. I mean, much respect to you as well. What's going on, man? Salute to you, B&B Boxing, Will Magic Man, Cool Key. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I'm caught up to the bottom. Now let's get into this. Man. Bob Arum is the biggest hypocrite. Man, these boys, it's the morning of hypocrisy. It is the morning of hypocrisy. You know I like to talk about these boxing promoters. Bob Arum claiming that Al Haymon is standing in the way of fights by only having in-house fights. That's what Bob Arum is known for, man. That's what Bob Arum is known for. Bob Arum is Mr. Inside Fight, man. But wondering why, like, would you wonder why Al Haymon might not want to make a fight with you? Why are you calling him the cancer? Why, after you sue him and try to shut him down, after all you and your little cronies and your fellow partner promoters try to stand in the dude's way, keep him from succeeding, you think these cats are just like, just dying to do business with you? How about you don't sue somebody, you don't call him a cancer, and then say, well, he won't work with me? Why would he want to? Why would he want to? Why would the promoters that work with him want to work with you, man? If they don't have to. And they don't have to. What's going on, man? Hold on, man. I missed that. Hold on, let me go back here. Oh, man, the J Bird. Hey, the J Bird 904. What's good, man? Boxing Talk say ass juice is a coward, dog. That was the funniest joke of the year, dog. Much love out there in the super chat. Thank you, J Bird. What's the deal for non-real talk? I'm chilling, man. I'm just talking about this boxing. Yeah, and y'all hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button when you're here, man. But seriously, man, would you be surprised? You sue somebody, try to shut them down, badmouth them for years, and then you surprised that they might not want to work with you? You know what I mean? What is that? What is that? But it's a fact. I mean, I don't have any issue with him saying that they didn't want to fight in the welterweight division, because let's be real, they don't need to. There's 4 guys with belts in the welterweight division, and Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, and they don't have to fight the top-ranked fighter to get a shot at the belt. But isn't that what the WBO is about? Ain't that how the belt? Hasn't the WBO belt been passed from one top-ranked fighter to another top-ranked fighter to another top-ranked fighter without ever defending those against the PBC fighter? I think wasn't Manny Pacquiao the WBO belt champion, and then he signed then Bob Arum signed Jeff Horn to a two-fight deal, and Jeff Horn became the WBO champion, and then right before his option fight, his last option fight, the WBO mandated that he fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford had never even fought in the welterweight division before. He wasn't ranked in the he wasn't ranked as the in the WBO, but the WBO made him a mandatory challenger for the WBO welterweight title. Had never had fought at welterweight, and he became the mandatory challenger for Jeff Horn, just conveniently. The last fight on the option for Bob Arum. And now Bob Arum, now he's the WBO champion. Pretty interesting, huh? But then he said that oh, Sugar Fantastic, man, what's going on, man? And then he says Al Haymon won't work with Tyson, won't work with Eddie Hearn. Al Haymon won't work with Frank Warren. I could have sworn, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Tyson Fury just fight Deontay Wilder? Didn't they just do that in December? I think it was December 1st, a month and a half ago. Didn't they just do that? Deontay Wilder works with Al Haymon. Tyson Fury works with Frank Warren. And also, didn't Kell Brook fight Errol Spence Jr.? The same guys that they're talking about won't make a fight that he's standing in the way of a Terrence Crawford fight. Errol Spence went to the UK to fight Kell Brook, who was with Matchroom Boxing. Pretty amazing, huh? But it was hell and high water to get that dude to make a fight, to get Bob Arum to make a fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That dude is Mr. Inside Fight. Fannon, was I too harsh on my last two uploads? You just did those today. I just got notifications for you. I still got to watch them. I don't know, man. What are you saying in them? I haven't had a chance to check them out yet. Boxing Talk. Fury's doing everything in his power not to take the Wilder rematch. Coward-ass UK fighters. See, I wouldn't say that, man, because everything in his power is he just ain't got to fight. You know what I mean? He just don't have to fight. Can't make him fight. He don't want to fight. He wants a tune-up. Let him take a tune-up. I mean, you know, but don't say you want to fight because you didn't want the rematch. You don't want to run it back. To me, if he doesn't run it back, if he doesn't immediately run it back, then, hey, man, I don't want to hear anything about how he won the fight. Because first of all, you didn't win the fight. It's a draw. You didn't win it. Deontay Wilder successfully defended his belt. Now, if you don't want the fight now, then just keep your mouth shut. Okay? Keep your mouth shut. Fight whoever you want to fight. You know what I mean? It's just Tyson, you know, and then have Deontay Wilder go fight whoever it is that he's going to fight next. I got to reply to my daughter's text real quick. My wife took my car, so I can't go. Sorry, man. I got to do this. Ooh, sorry, man. Sorry. We'll get back on this in one hot second. But yeah, you got to let me know, World Breaker, what it was. You got to let me know, World Breaker, what it was that you said in your deals. I didn't get a chance to see it. Oh, what's going on, Byron Shambless? He said, thanks for keeping this truck driver entertained on the road. Much love in the super chat. No worries, man. That's my pleasure, man. I'm sorry I was a little late today. I guess Best Black Fight Fan TV was running a little behind, so I got pushed a little bit behind. But, you know, we here. We doing it. We working. We giving out the content. St. Cruz's Fury is still bipolar. Will change his mind again. Always does. Yeah, he's a little fickle in the. He's a little twisted in the dome. But I think his cats don't want the fight. His trainer doesn't want him to take the fight. His trainer's advising him not to take the fight. His dad is probably advising him not to take the fight. Probably tell him, go take, get an easier fight. Take an easier fight. That's probably, I think, is behind him too. Marlonius 76 said, damn, Fannon 19,000. That was quick. Yeah, man, we growing, man. Hey, do being part of the LDBC. Shout out to the LDBC. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yeah, it's growing, man. We having good conversations with this boxing talk. Most important thing is, man, we have really good conversations about boxing, and I'm starting to get a sense that we can affect some things in boxing. I wasn't so quick to believe that because I live in my own little bubble. Like I'm in my house. I talk boxing in this room, right? When I leave this room, typically speaking, I'm not seeing boxers. I'm not talking about boxing, but I'm starting to get enough feedback. Or I'm like, you know what, man? What we're doing has an impact on people. So I'm cool, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy about it. What it do, Eric Jenkins? And I'm happy about you guys. I'm most happy about the live streams we do in the morning, man. We got cats, counter programming and all that, But the core of the people watching are always here, and that's what I like, man. The cats in the comment section that come to the channel are always in the comment section. And that's when you're developing a core group of people that people that you like to talk about boxing with, a core community of people who can chop it up. And I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Best fight, the best boxing has them scared. Got them scared out there, dog. Brandon Ivy said, Fannon the Great. What's going on, aka the master of Nike hoodies? You know that? Who you got Sunday? I'm going with Pac-Man. I'm going with Pac-Man, dog. Yes, dog. I wear the Nike hoodies. And look, and I got the young man hoodie now because my son said, you can't have the one all down here. You got to get the one up here. I got my Nike hoodie over there. I got another Nike hoodie over there. Yes, sir. He said, you grind and love the channel. Yeah, man. It's not a grind for me. What's good? It's not a grind, dog. I'm fucking having a blast. I'm talking boxing. It might be a grind. I don't know whether it be a grind to talk about a sport that you love. Because I love boxing. I really love boxing. I love what's going on with these American fighters. I'm loving what was happening on PBC. You realize on FS1 yesterday, I turned on the TV and I watched I watched the replay of the fight Sunday on Monday on FS2. On FS2, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, let me see this fight I missed. Because the Rigo fight was over like that. So all I really got to do was see those. All I got to do was see Rigo clock him. That was it. What do you think Bronner gonna do, honestly? Oh, I think he's gonna put on a good fight, man. I don't know, because here's the thing. Dude, Bronner's a good fighter. Manny Pacquiao's an old fighter. And Lucas Matisse was truly, truly, truly a punching bag. But I mean, obviously I'm favoring Manny Pacquiao to win that fight. Obviously, I'm gonna favor him to win that fight. What's going on, Almighty Law? St. Cruz Nav, Deontay gonna KO Fury next time. Damn, I want the rematch. Yeah, oh yeah, hit the like button. We got 181 people in the building. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Hey man, I'll take it anywhere I can go, man. Hyphy said, I'm all Nike'd up too. Just came off my run. Yeah, dog. Nike Tech Fleece. Is that what it is? This is Fleece, by the way. I think. Anyway, man, I like Nike, man. I just like hoodies because they're comfortable. And I'm in Texas. It's January, and I can walk outside in this. I am so, so, so happy. I am not cold. I don't have to buy boots. Okay, this head does not do well in the cold anymore. What's going on, Gregory Wyatt in the building? Yes, sir. Let's hit that like button, man. That'd be appreciated. Somebody Wilder is a one-trick pony with the time to get himself together. Does not stand a chance against Fury. Yeah, he does. He's got that trick. That's a hell of a trick, dog. That ain't even a trick. That's not even a trick. Punching you in the head and concussing you is not a trick. Okay? That shit ain't no trick. That's the truth. That's the truth. Sticking your hand behind your back, buying time, doing this shit, acting like you winning around by not doing anything, that might be more of a trick. But concussing you, nah, that's the truth, homie. That's the truth. That's the truth. What do you think of? Oh, Dion Watson. What do I think about the undercard for Pacquiao Bronner? Let me see. I haven't even thought about it. So I'm not even hardly thinking about that fight. Tell you the truth. But let me look at what they got going on here, man. Just and I'll give you my thoughts as I go. What is it? I really have not thought too much about this fight because I just think it's already like a foregone conclusion, really. Oh, snap. All right. I like it already. All right. So Destin Butler, David Payne. That's some fight I don't know. Desmond Jarman. Okay. I'm going to go to the fights that are Badu Jack, Marcus Brown. That's a damn good fight. Rasheed Warren and Rasheed Warren's fighting. I like that. I like the Badu Jack fight. I have not seen. Oh, okay, you got these cats you got some cats from the Philippines in here. That's Tapora. I bet you he's from the Philippines. Yep. He's got undefeated Jack Tapora, El Capitan. So okay, you got a Filipino couple. You got some cats from the Philippines fighting on the card. But Rasheed Warren, I look forward to a Rasheed Warren fight. For sure. And you got an undefeated. Is that a Filipino? No, this is a dude from France. Nadine. Yeah, I want to see Rasheed Warren. That's cool. I want to see the Badu Jack Marcus Brown fight. That's what's up. For real. I like that fight. And Manny Pacquiao Bronner. I'm paying for it. So yeah, that's pretty decent. I'll take that. I'll take it. Somebody said I'm freezing. Fannon got sponsored by Nike. I'm jealous. They ain't sponsoring me. Calm down, kid. Wilder will punish Fury worse this time. Look, man, I'm telling you, my take on that is this. On Fury Wilder. Wilder took Fury shots. So Wilder doesn't have to worry about getting hurt. He's just got to figure out how to win a couple. He just got to figure out how to get back to that chin and set something up back to that chin. And Fury's going to be really, really cautious of getting touched at all. Worried about getting touched at all. So since he knows he can get touched he's going to be more hesitant, man. He's going to have to try to stink the fight up. I said the first fight that jabs to the body shots from Deontay Wilder. That's the side of the game that he needs to get Tyson Fury to get his hands down and stay busy, get in there and win rounds, But it'll be a good fight either way it goes, man. I mean, I hope the fight happens. I'm happy that the dude's getting paid. I actually was talking to my brother about boxing. He was like, Deontay Wilder, that's the dude who just got the draw against the British guy. I was like, wow, there's no more casual a boxing fan than my brother. And if my brother knows who Deontay Wilder is, it's out there, okay? It is out there. He didn't know who Errol Spence was. He didn't know who Mikey Garcia was. He doesn't know who Canelo Alvarez is. I know who he knows and who he doesn't know. That's not he's not a boxing fan. He's not a boxing fan. He is a table tennis fan. He's like, that's what he's into, right? And he's a workaholic, so he's really not even a sports fan. He's just a workaholic. So the fact that this workaholic knows who Deontay Wilder is told me that dude's name is out there. Because I promise you, there's no more casual a fan than my brother. And for him to know him, that spoke volumes to me. All the stuff, and you know what he said too? And he's like, oh, because that's a heavyweight. It's like, yeah, heavyweight. Because they're heavyweights. Heavyweight boxing is the boxing that casual fans will be interested to see. because it's connected to Muhammad Ali. It's connected to Mike Tyson. It's connected to Evander Holyfield. That is boxing to a lot of people, is the heavyweight division. And so I'm just happy. I hope if they don't do the fight, then let them fight, knock out Dominic Brazil in front of somebody. And then they'll be like, whoa, shit, this dude can fight. And his name's going to get bigger because he's now got that name recognition. You know what I mean? I hope he gets in there and knocks a tomato can at 360 and just flops right down there. Because I don't care what the UK fans say. I don't care what the UK, oh, who is this dude? He didn't fight anybody, all that shit. Who cares? You can say whatever you want to say. Who cares? Because I've said it before. If Deontay Wilder galvanizes his fan base in the United States and gets significant name recognition in the United States, it doesn't matter at all what happens in the UK. It doesn't matter at all, because that's for him, because it's the money. And the people in the UK predicated all that Anthony Joshua argument on the money. And I've been telling you, and other people have been telling you this whole time, dog, that's not the money. He's very, very popular in the UK. He's very, very well known in the UK. He's a very, very good fighter. All of that good stuff. But he's in the UK. That's just not big money. I mean, it's just not big money. It's big money for me. Like, hey, if I could get $10, $15 million a fight, yeah, but the prices for the tickets for the fight, the prices for the venues for the fight do not compare to the United States of America. And when you get big in the United States, you get absolutely gigantic. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for basketball fans, whether or not people who know who for basketball fans, or what's this dude's, Lou Williams. It doesn't matter for Lou Williams if people know Lou Williams in the UK. Doesn't matter, because people know him in LA. I do believe Lou Williams is still with LA, right? because they got a cycle of money going around in the NBA just within the United States that this dude is proud of. What is he getting? $13, $15 million a year for? And nobody, I doubt anybody knows who he is in the UK. Just doesn't matter because the money's so big here. Why you date? Oh, yeah. Okay, you said, but my bad. Okay, yeah, cool. Salute. What's going on, fans' perspective? So the Snacks be in the building. What's good? Oh, $8 million cash rewards. Yeah, he makes $8 million bucks. And don't nobody know him in the UK. Don't nobody know him in the UK. Shit, JJ Redick. How much does JJ Redick make? Somebody can do a Google search on JJ Redick. I think JJ Redick makes close to $20 million. JJ Redick might make $20 million a year. JJ Redick make like 20, pulls in 20 a year, something like that. And don't nobody know him in the UK. All Deontay Wilder has to do is get popular in the United States. And it can be against Fury. And if Fury don't want to fight, cool. Thanks, Fury. Thanks for setting up the first pay-per-view, making it hot. Now we get to see the second one. And the same group of people are going to pay. I'm telling you. Same group of people are going to pay for the next pay-per-view Deontay Wilder does. The same amount of people, dude. Same amount of people. Oh, shit. Almost max money for JJ Redick. Yeah. Oh, JJ Redick gets $17 million per year. Yeah, some crazy, stupid shit like that. $17 million a year. In the United States. These cats getting paid, dog. Name recognition outside of the United States for U.S. athletes don't really matter, man. It really doesn't matter because the money is so big. It's just so big here. Chandler Parsons getting that dough. Jabari Parker, $80 million. Nope, UK fans or US fans. Yeah, dog. It's just how that works, man. Oh, what's going on? Wu Day said, bang that gong for the people. Yes, sir. There you go. Yeah, that's crazy for nine. Yeah, man. These dudes, dude, I'm telling you. If a million people, if he had 1 million people watch a pay-per-view for him, right? And you've got 40 million black people in the United States. Do you realize when I was in the 90s, there was over 1 million people that went to go hear a speech in DC because, and it was nobody, it wasn't women. It was just men. It was just men. You did the same. They should have done a million-man pay-per-view. We're gonna show these dudes. We're gonna show them. We all gonna buy the pay-per-view. And it's a hell of a lot more expensive to get to DC than it is. A lot more money than $75. A lot more money than $75. If he gets that behind him, dude, he doesn't need anybody else. But you still get these morons that will say, "Oh, that's ridiculous." There's over 40 million. Over 40 million. You have people go platinum. You have people going gold and going platinum, selling shit out of their fucking, selling rap albums out of their trunk. Okay, anyway, you get my point, man. What's going on around the world? Karl Anthony Towns got Max. Yeah, watch your mouth about Jabari. Hey, Jabari's from the Shy, dog. I like Jabari Parker. I don't watch enough basketball to tell you what's going on, man. Max contracts are based off time with team stats, need Otto Porter invited robbing the bank. Dude, let me tell you, man. What's going on, Woo Daddy? Much love in the super chat. Said Gong Ties LDBC. That's up. Let me tell you what that is. Oh, what's going on, man? KV. He said, shout out to Fannon the GOAT. Once the stream over, go check out AJ Trapped in the Closet, directed by BFTB. Yes, sir. Subscribe to BFTB Boxing, by the way. But here's the thing: that as far as that Max money goes, dog, that's the ripoff. That's a ripoff. That's a ripoff. Okay, because they should have to pay him a lot more. They should have to pay him a lot more. But the Players Association cut a deal to cap out the amount of salary that you can have, right? To make the business work for the owners. But if they had to pay up, dude, these cats would do. LeBron James would be making $100 million a year, dude. LeBron James, $100 million a year. $100 million a year. $100 million a year. Thank you very much. I need $100 million a year. If you could actually if he could actually sign whatever team he wanted to sign, and they didn't have all kind of stipulations about tampering and making job, all kind of shit that is fucking patent monopoly shit, patent violations of the Sherman Act, right? Keeping them from talking to another employer, right? Like you can't just get up and say, "Hey, man, I just want to work for this guy." Can't do it. Right? That guy can't offer you as much money as he wants to offer you, right? All that stuff designed to keep parity in competition in the NBA. Really what it's doing is trying to keep them profit lines straight for the owners. And it's a cabal between the owners saying, look, man, we got to cap out how much money we can pay these guys. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that there's a minimum there. So everybody gets paid a certain amount, but we're never going to be pushed to have to pay somebody like LeBron James or Steph Curry or whoever gets real famous and is real popular, having them be able to negotiate for how much money they get without any issue. Because LeBron James, like I said, LeBron James would be $100 million a year. $100 million a year. Okay. I need $2 million a game. That's what I need. I need $2 million a game. That's how Chris Paul was blocked from going to the Lakers. Yeah, man. 10-year, 800 million at least. Yeah. And that's like the NBA, like the NFL don't even guarantee. At least these dudes' monies are guaranteed. But you know what it is. S55OJ. What's good, man? What's good? Jabari stayed injured, getting paid just like Eddie Curry. Eddie Curry from Shy. Why are you dissing Shy now? Eddie Curry had a heart attack, dude. Eddie Curry had a heart attack. Okay, I mean, the dude had like a real serious heart problem. And that dude, I like Eddie Curry, man. Eddie Curry has some of the best hands, man. God, dog. If he was more disciplined and he didn't have that heart play, man, that was a really, really talented dude. Really talented power forward. What's going on, Gregory White in the building? He said, AJ Trapped in the Closet summed it up, the situation well. Salute the best, fight the best, and the entire LDBC. Keep the echo chamber humming. You're making a difference. Bang that gong. Yeah, dog. I gotta check out. I gotta check out the AJ Trapped in the Closet. I haven't had a chance to watch videos, but trust me, when I get off this, that will be the first thing that I watch, dog. Dog, y'all know that shit's gonna be funny. Fannon, is this Amir Khan's last fight coming up? I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. If Canelo wasn't his last fight, this ain't gonna be his last fight. God, dog. He's getting a pay-per-view. What kind of shit is this? Dude, this is... Come on, man. Amir Khan. But see that? I'm not trying to criticize. I actually did a video. It's going to be released a little bit later today, man. If you guys check it out, check it out. By the way, please subscribe to the Patreon page, man. I'm about to do a video about that subject that we're talking about with these girls, dog, and all this shit. There's some real... I'm putting together one about slavery, capitalism, capitalism, and a historical overview of it. I'm about to do one on that, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. I'm probably going to work on it over the next couple days, and then also there was this topic about the birth rates, and I'm going to talk about the birth rates in Nigeria and the projection of birth rates in Nigeria, which are really, really interesting stuff. Now, while y'all hating on me, you Nigerian cats, I'm trying to told you, get your shit ready because it's about to get ugly on you. Yeah, you're going to get ugly on you. You're going to have all kind of problems. They're going to try to be pushing all kind of problems with your women. Trying to tell you, get ready. But check it out, man. I'm going to do I'm going to have these done this week. But they're going to be on Patreon because I'm not going to do them here, man. And they're going to be fairly heady, okay? Eric Lincoln report. What's good, man? Black Banner, man. Oh, I got to check it out. Oh, man, no, you got people putting out your videos. What's up? Hey, you know what? Take that link for AJ Trapped in the Closet and paste it all over people's comment sections. Them trolls, you know a troll channel? Paste it in there. Paste it. Just irritate the shit out of them with it because I already know what this dude's doing, man. Dude, dang, dog, dang. I know because my man Warbreaker Fighting been putting up the man. I think I already know where it's going, dog. I think I know where it's going. Fannon, you think Hillary and them Pizzagate people in trouble? Hillary. Who are you talking about, man? Let me know. What going on, my brother? What's going on, KQKC? What up? Oh, yeah, you got to subscribe. I'll go get it. Hold on, man. I'll put it in there. No worries, man. I'll put it in the comment section right now. You don't have to do that. I'll do it. Because I don't... Yeah, Best Fight the Best. Let me go Best. I'll do the link now. Here it is right here. Oh, it needs more than that, dog. Come on. We got to get this. We got to make this go viral. There you go. I'll put it in the comment section myself. Oh, yeah, so they can start spreading his name, dog. You know, there was a challenge we put out to those boys. They didn't want no smoke, though. I respect the show. Keep the truth coming. Thanks, Black Banner, man. We keep working. But please, man, I really would like cats to shift. And if you can't subscribe to the Patreon channel, I understand, man. Every time, people's money ain't always the tightest in the world. But at the very least, send me, when I put up the video, if there's one that you see that you can't see, email me, and then I can send you like a private link to it. And if you want to see it. But I got to do some more heady stuff, man. And by heady, I mean like the topics that we discussed, that, there's some really good academic work on these subjects that can provide you with some facts that you need to present these arguments when people come up to you and you talking about it. You know what I mean? Fannon, don't answer that, Fannon. The Clinton killers. Oh, dog, I did one about him. I got one up about my Patreon about her, what I think about that. Okay, please, I got one up. That's one I actually have up on my Patreon. And it's not me talking. I did it for my mother to explain why I wasn't rolling. I wasn't rolling. And I did it. It's on my Patreon. Check it out. It's on Patreon. For now, Marlo made a video of AJ and Wilder. Check it out. We'll do too. They love their kids, but they talk to a whole different level. I'm not sure. BFT, you guys are cracking me up. Let me make sure I ain't going, okay, 11:26. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to tell you, check out my video, dude. It's entitled, You Don't Ask Me to Do That. Don't ask me to do that. You can't ask me to do that. Okay? Him, the other guy, you can't ask me to do that either, man. But I'm not one of these guys that are like, I'm just telling you flat. I am not one of these the lesser of two evils type of guy. I'm not. Okay? I'm not. I need my own peace of mind. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Once I know what type of person you are, I can't, and I don't believe in you, and I believe that you're going to do a bunch of damage. I cannot do it. And people can preach to me about my ancestors dying for this and dying for that. Sorry, I can't do it. Okay, I cannot do it. Oh, Shambos, can you make a video explaining the truth and fallacies of sovereign citizens issues? Yeah, what do you mean sovereign citizens issues? Can you explain that? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Forgive me, man. My nose itched. That was real rude. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My nose itched. I couldn't vote for either one. Voted third party. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind doing that, man. But you got to explain, Shalambos, what it is you're talking about exactly, and then I can do the video. Yeah, I mean any of those type of topics, dude. If you guys want them, if you guys really want a video done on it, let me know what it is, man, and just give me about a week. Because with those type of like this type of boxing, I can just spit boxing because it's just a conversation back and forth. But if like the video that I did on her and like the issue around the omnibus crime bill, I broke it up into three parts. I did it with the omnibus crime bill portion of her, the support for God, what do you call that, man? I forgot that, man. The support for the people that were behind Planned Parenthood, the moving of money from the from out of welfare into the prison industrial. I did those particular topics. I used her own words. They're her own words, right? Did Floyd ever duck people like some people say? Floyd did. When Floyd got to 147 pounds, I think Floyd didn't necessarily take the top competition, right? There's some guy, not the top. He was stuck on that he got into this after De La Hoya fight. I think what he did was he got into this May 5th, September 16th, Cinco de Mayo, the Mexican holiday fights. So when he fought on those dates, he wanted to fight somebody that would be attractive to that fan base. And it could be really big fights. And as a result, he didn't fight Paul Williams. Margarito, that's a Bob Arum fight. So that he was working with Bob Arum. So yeah, some of those but Paul Williams is probably the best, the one that he didn't. But for years and years and years, man, he fought super tough competition. I have no issue with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s competition level. That Showtime deal, he was clearly running for the money on that one. Check out QAnon and something went down and okay. Drop the link to your Patreon. It's actually in the comment section, but here, I'll do it. But check out that video I have there. That's the Patreon right there. And man, I'd appreciate if you can sign up because I want to really and truly, I want to move it. I want to move stuff over there. And I do want to talk about politics. I do want to talk about race, the things, European domination of their fellow man, that type of situation. That's the type of stuff I want to talk about in the page on that. And also different advice, different business advice, personal father's advice that people ask me to talk about. I won't mind doing it, man. I really don't. And I think that I do a pretty solid job. I think I can do a pretty solid job with it. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to connect maybe like the real intellect, like the real academics, to just us regular people, right? And trying to like translate what they're talking about and the facts that they draw, right, into these situations that we talk about on a regular basis, whether that be a Neely Fuller Jr., or whether it's like, like political science, like Watson Institute of Public Policy, things like that. Because those guys have a lot of, I'm telling you, man, you listen to some of these guys, dude, they will tell you what it is, dog. They will tell you what it is. Like, there's this book that was written about back in the day that a lot of people, just like with Eddie Hearn statements, like a lot of these people just use whatever Eddie Hearn says and they just listen to a little bit of it and run with it. There's this book called The Bell Curve, was like in the late 80s, and cats missed one of the most important things about the book. And what it said about what the book was arguing. The book was arguing something, right? And it argued X. But in the middle of its argument, there were some statistics that they used that are valuable for the alternative point of view, which is that certain groups of people that other people call low IQ people actually have the highest ones going into public school. They have issues with the issues for low income people really kick off once they get to school. When they get into school is the problem, not before they get to school, because they're actually far ahead of everybody else when they're not before the age of 5. But once you get in there at age 5, that's when the drama starts. And that particular argument in and of itself is really, really powerful about the road forward. You know what I mean? And what the end goal is. But anyway, Diallo, I'd like to join a Patreon discussion with you. I'd also like to send you my African American book list as well. Yeah, send me it. No worries about it, man. Send it to me. If you want to send the book list, we can have a good discussion on it, man. If you want to talk about it, we can chop it up on Patreon. We can post it on Patreon. Would love to do it, man. I really do want to build a community over there. We got a really great community over here on YouTube, but it really is. There's a lot of mixing of stuff that I don't want to do, man. You know what I mean? Big Dog Willie, what's going on, man? He said, my girlfriend is a research scientist. Damn, can join in. That would be good, man. Hit me up, Big Dog Willie. Hit me up, because I really want to put really good stuff out there to enrich people's education, but for the purpose of figuring out how we can solve problems and become more productive people, right? More productive people as individuals. That's what I want to do. Pablo, Ricky Hatton and Costa Zoo was a great fight. Yeah, it was. It was a really great fight, man. Floyd never ducked Manny. Manny claims was scared of needles, but yeah, he never ducked and the fight happened. So, once the fight happens, all that ducking talk leaves the window for me, man. Yeah, you can hit me up with your book list, man. That'd be great. Everybody, my email's in here, man. So if you guys want to email me, this is the best way. hplasclasscovd@gmail.com. Fannon, what's the book about children before the age of 5? It's called The Bell Curve, but it's not about that. The argument of the bell curve is that you should eliminate college scholarships based on race, because the statistics tell you that if you're not raised in an environment where you have access to educated people. All right, that's what's up, Deion Washington. I got it. If you don't have access to college educated people, then you're not going to do as well in school. So there's no real need to give race-based scholarships, because they're not going to do well in school when they get there. That's the argument of the book. But when he lays out all these numbers about the educational statistics of children based on race, before school, the people with the highest score are black kids. They're higher than Asians, higher than the Asians, higher than Europeans. Children, descendants of African children in that study, before they got into school, had the highest aptitude across the board, higher than Asians, higher than Europeans. But when you get into school, it flips, because they have parents who are more, or who have a better education, and they're in an environment where that is encouraged. So, for example, with my son, when he comes and does his homework in the evening, he does his homework with a woman who has a PhD and who's a college professor. That's who my son's tutor is, because that's who his mother is, right? If he gives me something, my son gives me something, a piece of homework to look at, I look at it and I can't work with them because I'm too mean. But I'll look at him and I'll say, son, did you read the instructions? Why did you get this on this? Because, I'm not good. I'm a little too aggressive with them, right? But if you take the same example and you say, okay, basketball. If you got a kid that's growing in the inner city, playing basketball in the inner city, they're around people with a lot of institutional knowledge about the sport of basketball, right? Because somebody's father paid for college. He played AAU, he played high school, he played college. Cousin played overseas, right? The other dude, coached. He played with guys that played in the NBA. There's a lot of institutional knowledge in urban cities about the sport of basketball, right? So you take somebody like a Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose went to Simeon. That's the same school that Ben Wilson went to. That's the same school that Nick Anderson went to. That's the same. They put out all kind of Division I. Deion Thomas was a Division I player for Iowa out of Simeon, right? I think it was Landon Cox was the guy from King, but I can't remember the name of the coach from Simeon, but that coach coached all those guys, coached AAU teams, right? That's a lot of institutional knowledge. Consequently, these dudes hit the basketball court. They're not only extremely athletic, they have a great understanding of what you do on a basketball court because they've been exposed to that their whole lives, right? But you take somebody out in the suburbs or who doesn't have that, who's just as good an athlete, more than likely they're not going to be just as good a basketball player. Same thing goes for academics. Same thing goes for being an intellectual. If you know what Harvard's about because your parents went to Harvard, right? You know what that's about, then you're prepared. You know what to expect. You know what you're supposed to do. You know that this ACT is coming up. You know this SAT is coming up. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do to study for it, right? You know you're going to school. So you're teaching these kids before they get into school what their times tables are, 1 to 13 plus 15, right? They need to know this, so you're ingraining it. Just like a basketball player in the hood knows you got to be able to dribble with your left hand. You got to be able to get somebody off balance with a crossover. You got to be, all that type of stuff comes into play in academics, right? And in anything, just like if you're going to apprentice as a carpenter, you got a better chance of knowing how to be a carpenter if your daddy was a carpenter. My son is got some slippery ass argument skills, dude. My son you cannot get him with some shit like this. I try to get him by misplacing a word all the time. He said, Daddy, you said that Dad, will you go get me some Popeyes after school? I say, yeah, man. And my son will say, no. Will you? I say, yeah, I'll consider it. No, will you, Dad? Yes or no, Dad? I need a yes or no. Yes or no. And I'll say, yes, thank you. And then at the end of it, he'll say, that's because I caught him a bunch of times, giving them little half-ass words, right? And if he wants something to ask a question from me, he knows he will ask me 3, 4, 5 questions to get to exactly what it is that he wants to know. Because I've done that to him. If he lies to me, I do him just like this. I sit him up against a wall and I start asking him 13 questions. I'll ask him the same question every way. I'll ask him at least 13 times the same question, different ways. I might add a question in between, but I'm going to try to get him. But he knows now because that's how he was raised. So if you try to do that with him, he has it. When you talk about money, and how much money, like what profit is, what, what the difference is between how much money you spend and how much money you selling it for, how much money you spend to make it and how much, all that type of stuff. He knows about that. He knows about that stuff. That's the argument of the bell curve. But the bell curve is saying that, look, man, don't give them college scholarships because they don't know what to do when they get here because they never had anybody that's been here before. That's the argument of the book. And academics, they make academic books like that. That's how they're written. They're written in arguments. And then they're going to refute other arguments, right? This argument is this, and let me support this argument. Now, the other arguments are this, so let me refute those, right? But even then, when you're going to college, these kids know how to do that. These kids can pick up a book, right? And they're not any smarter than you, but they can pick up a book and then they can read it all the way through and they can immediately know when they're reading what they're looking for. We're looking for the argument that they're making, right? I'm looking for the argument. What's their argument? Okay. And what are the points that they're using to make this argument? That's why what kids can do when they're a freshman year at Harvard, right? But a kid who can you can have a 200 IQ. If somebody don't teach you to do that, you don't know how to do that. It's just like, the guy that can jump to the top, touch the top of the backboard, but can't hit a jump shot. You got to learn how to do those things. Anyway, man, that's, having wisdom, knowledge, inner and overstanding with your children's education. Yeah, man, you just got to know how to go about it, man. Do this, dog. It's a system. And it's going to have predictable and repeatable results. And you just got to, if you have a kid, what do you want your kid to do? There's a guy, and much respect to the guy that came and told me this. He's like, Fannon, I'm with you, but you got to let your kids decide what they're going to do. They might be more creative. They might want to do something more creative, and that's the path that they go. And I appreciate that. My point of view is I got to give these kids the fundamentals so that if they don't go to college, or they don't want to be a doctor, they don't want to be a lawyer, they don't want to do, they don't want to be an electrician, they don't want to be an engineer, or whatever it is that they're going to use to put food on their table, whatever skill it is, that has to be because that's a choice, not because they don't have the ability to do it. That's something completely different. If my daughter decides that she wants to become a writer, she doesn't want to be a nurse, that's going to be because she decided that. But if she decided to be a nurse, she could go then do that. At this point, if she wants to be a nurse, she's going to graduate from high school this year, right? She's waiting to see what she's going to get out of for Purdue. She's waiting for something right now to come to see whether or not she's going to get into Purdue and if Purdue's going to give her money, right? That she's waiting for it today. But she wants to do that. If she didn't want to do that, she can go to Seton Hall, or she can go to Purdue, or she can go to Howard, or she can go to wherever else she wants to go. But that's going to be her choice because she has those fundamentals locked in. And high school, college, grade school, junior high school is about the fundamentals of your education. What goes on in college is about a little more fundamentals in the first 2 years, but then specialization for the last 2 years. Your graduate school is about even more specialization. And then when you go to work, it's about precise specialization. So just understanding that and how you take your kids through that from the time that they're about 2. You know what I mean? Like 2. Your kid before they get into grade school should know. Just one thing, man, I promise this. If your child could know 2 things before they get to college, before they get into school, if they could know their timetables up to 12, right? 1 times 1, 1 times 2, all the way up to 1 times 12, right? And then 2 times 1, 2, 2, all the way up to 12. Then 3 times everything from 1 to 12, 4, everything 1 to 12. And they don't have to think about it. Not this, not that, right? Like they got to think about it. No, when you say what's 4 times 4, they got to say 16. Did you think about that? No, because that's a fundamental step. Because when you get into that higher math, you're going to have to know that without being asked it, right? When your kids are writing, They should know, and I don't bitch about it too much unless somebody gets on my nerves in a comment section. But you have to know where to put a period, to capitalize a letter and put a period. If nothing else, capitalize and put a period. If anything else, because every sentence should be a thought. And if you have to speak, if you write a sentence where you say it out loud and you got to take a breath, that shit's too long. Because it's hard for somebody grading your kid's stuff to read that. I watch my wife grade papers. And the shit that you write, if it's hard for them to read, and they're like, or your handwriting is bad, your grade's going to drop just because your handwriting's bad. You can say the same thing as somebody else who has good handwriting. But your handwriting is bad, you're going to get a lower grade. Because you're going to give them a headache. Bad punctuation will give them a headache. So just those type of fundamental things. It's like when somebody can say they can know whether somebody's a good basketball player just watching them shoot. They don't matter. They don't mind whether or not you made it or not. They're looking to see whether your guide hand is like this. If you shoot and your guide hand is like this, they know you can't shoot. If you shoot and your guide hand is like this, right, and you're squared, they're like, oh, he can shoot. That's going to go in because they're looking at this. They ain't looking whether it goes in or not. If your elbow's out here and you can't shoot. Anyway, you get the point, man. You get the point. Oh, man, my man Gregory White, man. I'm sorry I missed it. Say, good point for now. My children all majored in hard sciences primarily because that was their exposure at home and a desire to equal or exceed my ex-wife and myself. Much love in the super chat. Absolutely. And they hear you talking about it. They hear you talking about it. That shit that they're hearing, those words make sense to them. You know? Paul Williams was built for Floyd style. Floyd hurts him by the 7th. I mean, Floyd's a great fighter, man. I mean, you know, I'm not just gonna go predicting people gonna whoop him unless it's like what's his name? Like Sugar Ray Leonard. If it was like Sugar Ray Leonard, I'm calling it, dog. I'm calling it. You know what I mean? I got to make sure I didn't miss any super chats because I was running my mouth about it. But that's what the Patreon channel is about, man. That's what it's going to be about. I just need good subjects that people want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just make videos because I want like, oh, I feel like talking about this morning. No, man. What is something that you really want to hear about? If you're a member of Patreon, and you're like, look, man, this is what we want to talk about, then I can do it. And I can either go 5 minutes or I can go an hour and 5 minutes, you know? Issue of high LTL shipping. Let me make sure I didn't miss something, man. Sorry. Justin Marsh in the building. Missed that, man. I missed that one. I think I got everybody else though, man. Your support is much appreciated, man. Best fight the best. My boxing, my thoughts exactly. Paul style. Okay, that's not for me. Renique 313 said, "Love this chat today." Fannon, man. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I really want to do this on the Patreon, man. But you know, we'll roll it until we grow it. We'll roll it until we grow it. We'll roll with it till we grow it. Corrales couldn't do that. Let me see, make sure I'm not. Yeah, okay. I'm like, dang, I've been on like an hour, but it's 11:50. It's because the trill started late. I don't think about him at all. That's what I think. As little as possible. I don't get into beefing and all that nonsense, man. I don't get into beefing. But if they want to beef, Best Fight the Best, dog. We got a designated channel for people to go ask Best Fight the Best what he thinks of guys. But I was subscribed to the channel. I unsubscribed to the channel because the title never had anything to do with what the video was about. So I was like, I've never had an issue. I'll tell you that much. I've never had an issue. But other than every time I would watch a video, the title was one thing, but the video had nothing to do with the title. So that just was like, it kind of got old to me. But I never mentioned by names. Exactly. I don't know. And when boxing, okay. No, nobody took that money, dog. Nobody took that 2,100, dog. Nobody. I couldn't get that money away, dog. I couldn't get the money away. Crazy, ain't it? Crazy. You swear somebody would want it. But, don't worry. There'll be, but another video about a video that I made will be up. I just did it to prove a point. The people that make videos about videos that I make aren't really making them for me. They're not seeking me out. They don't really want to talk to me. Those messages are for the people that watch their videos so they can get ads, they can get subscribers. It's not really about the subject matter at hand. Because there was a guy that I did want to debate one time. The dude literally shut his channel down. But to me, but that was really when I was early in my channel, I wanted to do it. Because I had respect for the guy. I would never try to debate and have a conversation with somebody I didn't respect. Like, I had one debate on this channel, and that was Blue Blood. Because I respect Blue Blood. So I was like, okay, I know Blue Blood's not a troll. Blue Blood wanted to say what he thought about Terrence Crawford in the Errol Spence circumstance situation, and it was cool. It was a good conversation, But he's not a prick. You know what I mean? He's not a prick. He's somebody who had an opinion. And I was like, all right, if you want to, cool. He straight up asked, I did it. But I've never seen him do a video, with my name in the title. Right? And I would never do one with his in the title. Like I said, I did that one time. Maybe, one time. One time. And that was 278. And I felt like shit. And I wasn't even really debating with him. I was very complimentary of him. But still, that's just bad form. That's bad form, man. We're a community, man. We're all trying to talk boxing. We all have this YouTube thing. It's all a good situation for everybody. It's a good situation for everybody. When you sitting up there in your house in, Bangladesh or wherever the hell that is, you get to talk boxing with people. Where you're walking around day to day, you might not be able to talk to them about it because there might not be that many avid boxing fans around you. So I appreciate people's desire and willingness to have boxing conversations with other people. We're boxing fans. But when you tear down other people in the same community that you're in, my book, you're a piece of shit. You're just a piece of shit. And everybody sees everybody's videos. It's like I have YouTube. You know what I mean? I see videos. I see titles. I try my best to keep them from coming across. But, if you engage in that type of shit, you're just a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. And when but people respond and they don't say your name, then I don't think that's a piece of shit because you're just like, you're addressing something that people keep coming to your channel talking about. But just look, man, leave me alone. But I put them all on blast. I put them all on blast for more money than more than enough money for them to do it. More than enough money for them to do it. But they didn't want to do it. They didn't want it. They turned down the $50 million. But in our case, they turned down $2,200. $2,200 to win a debate. To win a debate against somebody that they couldn't beat. Really. That's what I knew. Because I was like, let me do what Sean Porter did with Mayweather and bring Errol Spence Jr. in there to spar. Like, oh shit, you didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, I saw the shit coming. You didn't see that shit coming. But they didn't want that. They didn't want the smoke from Best Fight the Best. And I'll tell you why they didn't want it. They didn't want it because Best Fight the Best got like 1,200 subscribers. Because a couple of those guys' channels have more subscribers, so they didn't want to debate somebody who had fewer. They always wanted to debate the guy that have more, right? The only reason my name is mentioned is because I have more subscribers than they do. It's not that they think that I'm lying or thinking that they think that I'm, stupid. I mean, come on, man. No, nobody thinks I'm stupid, okay? Because I'm not. All right. That's like saying somebody thinks that I'm Korean. My face is right here. You know dang well I'm not Korean. Okay. You've listened to me speak enough to know that I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I ain't nothing close to stupid. I ain't the cousin of stupid. I can be wrong, but I'm not that. And that's just what that is. I'm not. So all the stuff that they're saying, all of that, they're arguing about stuff that they can't prove, right? All of that stuff. But what they want is the attention of a guy that has more subscribers than they do, so that they can get more subscribers. That's one of those, Robert Greene's 50, that bullshit book, Robert Greene's 48 Rules of Power, which is one of them is, you want to I forget what the name of the rule is, but it's like you want to attack a guy, you want to attack somebody that is bigger, that has a bigger name than you, because that way you attract people to yourself. It's just a standard attention getting scheme. It's an attention getting scheme. That's why everybody in boxing always wants to fight the big name. They don't want to fight a guy till he's a pay-per-view fighter. And then all of a sudden, they jumping out the woodwork to fight him. But other guys who are not, like say, we'll use the Keith Thurman part, right? Keith Thurman don't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. when Errol Spence Jr.'s name isn't bigger than his, right? Oh, get your weight up, young man. I see you. All that shit he's talking, right? But then as soon as Errol Spence Jr. jumps up to a pay-per-view, dude, Keith Thurman will want to fight him. Because now it's like, oh, hold on, man. I got something to prove with him. Like he did with Floyd. He wanted Floyd bad. Because Floyd's name gave him something, right? So what these dudes did, I was like, look, man, I'm never going to talk to you guys. I'm never going to do it, ever. You'll never talk to me because you're a jerk. I don't talk to jerks. That's a part of my life. I like to fight. I have problems walking around in the stores where guys say something to me that I don't like, right? Like I don't walk around in a suit. I went and bought a little, and I don't like to drink a lot, right? I got a watch. So I bought these two Chivas Regal bottles, right? Like, I don't think I have one here, but like those little 50 milliliter deals. So when I want to drink, liquor, I will go up to the counter of a liquor store and I will get the best quality whiskey or scotch that I can get in the 50 liters, because all I want is that one or two drinks. I don't want to buy a 750 milliliter bottle, because I will drink that shit. You know what I mean? I will be sitting here talking to you, tip, and before I know, I'm like, God dang, did I drink that much shit? That's what will happen. So I went into the store and I'm like, I bought one, right? I was like, yeah, there's this thing called Tullamore. It was on sale. Give me these Tullamores. Give me 4 Tullamore whiskey. The guy puts it in a bag, right? Puts it in a paper bag. Like this, right? Puts it in the bag, slides it across the counter at me, right? Doesn't hand it to me, puts it on the table and just like spins it. And it almost falls off the table. So my mindset is, man, first of all, dude, I just bought that. Why are you throwing my shit around? That's mine. I'm just telling you, that's my personality, right? My personality. And I'm not no little dude, dog. I'm no little dude, okay? I'm not a little dude. I'm not some cat that you can just put your hands on and think some shit ain't getting twisted up, okay? I'm not that dude. I'm not no dude that you got to worry about, pulling something out on you. I'm not that type of dude either. But I'm not the type of dude you can just walk up to and say any old shit to, and don't think that I can't make your chin go over there. I can do that shit. And it's not going to be with this. More than likely, it's going to be with this. I'm triggered. I'm not that right in the head when it comes to things like that. Right? So this dude threw this shit across the table at me. And I looked at him like, you know, that almost fell off the table. And the dude tells me, oh, everybody's a critic. I'm like, man, I'm not a critic. I'm a customer. And I just bought that. That's my property. You just threw my property. Right now, I might be, you know, not liking them because I'm like, dude, I like to be treated with respect. So I go home. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be like, okay, I can't wait till the manager's in because I'm going to go talk to the manager. I'm old enough to do that because, like I said, that's my profession. I know they don't, these people usually, this is the quality of store where these people usually, when I get those telemores, they usually get a little like plastic net and they tie the little 50 milliliter drinks around, have plastic nets around them to make sure they don't clink in the bag, right? So when I take it out, it's not clinking. It sounds like they put padding between the two. But this dude not only doesn't do that, he doesn't even put it in my hand. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go talk to this. I'm going to go talk to the manager, but the guy was still there. I'm like, damn. So I walk in, try to save face. Because I'm like, okay, let me get two more of them telemores. I want to see if the dude could do it again. He takes him out and he says, you know, you can't buy any more after right now behind the counter. It's limited to 2 purchases. I look at that dude like, this is my second purchase. It's not my third. Bug me with that shit when I come in again. But my whole thing is I wanted to hurt that dude. I wanted to hurt him. But I knew what he wanted. He wanted to call the police because he's got a 6'2", 250, 60 pound man looking at him like, I will fucking twist your head. But I didn't do it. I went on about my business. Intellectually, not intellectually, because it's not about that. I am smarter than I am big. I'm smarter than I am big. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'm smarter than I am big. And I will twist these boys in a fucking circle. I just can't. It's a waste of time. So I would never do. That's my mentality. But I'll give them the best fight the best and let them eat that dude up. Let them eat him up. Let him eat them up. Are you a believer? Am I a believer in what? I believe in a lot of things, dog. So you should have. No, I shouldn't have slapped him. Because first of all, if I slap him, I'm going to jail. Or I'm getting shot because he walked around the corner. He walked around the table. I told him, I said, oh, you going to call the police? No need. But I picked up the card. Right off that desk. I went to the manager's business card and picked it up. I said, no need. You don't got to call the police. Picked up the card, stuck it in my wallet. Took the email. It went to info@store. I wrote a very nicely written explanation of what happened, the time that it happened, and all of that. And I sent it to the manager. And I know he read it because it was info@. They checked the email at the store. So he saw it. And then at 9:02, when it closed, I called and he answered the phone. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not calling for you. I'm calling for the manager. I'm the guy that you treated disrespectfully in the store. He said, well, she's not going to be into next week. Tone completely changed. Because he realized, like I said, I don't walk around in suits. I walk around in sweatpants. A hoodie, and Kyrie Irving gym shoes. So you think I'm just some dude you can just say any old shit to. I'm not that dude that you can just say any old shit to. I know you work for somebody. And I know that these guys pride themselves on customer service. And I'm going to go to Yelp. And if these guys don't issue me an apology, I'm going to go to Yelp. And I'm going to write a blistering customer review on Yelp about their store. Because I live in a wealthy neighborhood. I live in a good neighborhood, in a high income neighborhood next to a mega, not me, but them mugs over there, mega money neighborhood. And those guys, they got a bank that ain't nobody even in the bank. You just walk in the bank. I'm like, damn, why aren't there any? I asked the guys, like, why are there never any lines in here? Oh, because we have high net worth individuals here. So, you know, we don't have a lot of traffic, but the people that do come here, they just have a lot of money in this branch. We just have big accounts in this branch. So that the people that are selling, they will go to Yelp. They will actually look at what the customer reviews are. And when you do that, they'll be on that dude's ass like, what happened? You did what? Why would you throw the bottle at him? You threw a bottle at a customer? Sir, I'm sorry. We got to put this in your jacket. That's called pencil whipping. I'm better at pencil whipping you than I am physically whipping you, because there's stuff that happens when you physically confront somebody. But pencil whip you? Oh, dog, I will be motherfucking treat you like Kunta Kinte with that pen. Wha-pa! All day. What? With a pen? I will have you in way big trouble, dog. That's why I do these videos sometimes. I'm like, dude, you gonna call me a liar? I'm gonna get the voice of Frank Warren and tell you what Frank Warren said. Argue with what Frank Warren said, and not have these motherfuckers telling you, oh, well, Frank Warren said this. No, he didn't. That's his voice. You hear it? That's what he said. Oh, well, why are you going to believe Frank Warren? You didn't believe him before. Hold on. You're telling me I can't believe Frank Warren now, but you said I could believe Frank Warren before? Maybe you just want me not to believe that subject, and you're just going to, whatever you need to say, you need to say. You're going to say whatever you need to say. But black people need to learn to pencil whip. Pencil whip. I'm telling you, it's a killer. Pencil whipping in our society is the number one weapon of choice, dog. It's the number one weapon of it should be the number one weapon of choice. Pencil whipping. You know who pencil whips people? All those videos that you see with these ladies picking up the phone, calling the police, talking about how somebody's barbecuing somewhere they shouldn't be. That's pencil whipping. They're like, oh, that I know my rules. I know the law. By law, you shouldn't do that. So I'm just going to make sure that we enforce the law. It's nothing personal. We're just going to enforce the law. And they pencil whip you. You got a job, HR don't like you at your job. You turn your timesheet in late. What they going to do? They're going to go to your manager and say, hey, man, this guy didn't turn his timesheet in. He didn't turn his timesheet in. He didn't turn his timesheet in. If you don't turn your timesheet in, I can't process the payroll. If I can't process the payroll, you can't get paid. All of our AR is going to be off. Our accounts payable is going to be off, and our accounts receivables are going to be off. And if our accounts receivable are off, then our accounts payable are going to run behind. If our accounts payable are behind, then then our credit rating is going to go down. And if our credit rating goes down, then our line of credit is going to go away. Or we're going to get a higher interest rate on our line of credit, or they're going to reduce our line of credit. So we got to fire this guy who didn't turn in his timesheet. Pencil whip the shit out you. Pencil whip the shit out you. I don't need to touch you. I will pencil whip you. And that's what I did with that offer. That's a pencil whipping. I got the money. Debate, best fight, the best boxing. And you get the money. I ain't got to call you out your name or do none of that, because I know you're not going to show up, because I want to expose what you're really trying to do. You're clout chasing. You're clout chasing. You read that stupid book, 48 Rules of Power. First of all, 48 Rules of Power is some of the stupidest shit for people to actually try to use in their real life. I hear people, and if it's on your reading list, this is how you should read 48 Rules of Power. This is what I would read, how I read it. How can I catch thieves and liars? Not how can I be a thief and a liar. How can I catch thieves and liars? What are the things that thieves and liars will do to me? What do I need to be careful of? They read those type of books. So since they read those type of books, then you'll know what they're thinking, what they're doing to you. I'm not saying that it's not a valuable thing to understand, but that's how they do. I was trying to do this deal with somebody in DC, and there was this cat that was talking to me like this. Well, you know how I was like, huh? What? He's like, yeah, well, you know, the deal would be good, but what we need to do is I was like, hold on, man, stop. I don't understand what you're saying. He's like, look, and the guy told me, he's like, look, man, the guy that was with him, he's like, man, he's just trying to mumble so that you don't hear what he's saying because he thinks that you won't ask him. And therefore you can just get past certain points. And I was like, how stupid is that? But they're con artists all over the place. Anyway, man, I'm sorry, man. I went off on that for a little while. Excuse me. Mark Schlambos, what's going on, man? He's an excellent. Like that Dave, I don't know, what is there a Dave Chappelle skit that did that? Oh, congratulations. Avid boxing fan, you got your first child, breastfeed. If your girl, you can, if it ain't too late, if they didn't already stick that formula in their mouth, breastfeed. Save you so much money and so much better for the kid. For real. Buying, if you're with your girl and she's willing to do it, buying formula when that child has a mother is like having an apple tree in your backyard and going to buy it from the store and letting the apples rot on the vine. Oh, JMG, did I miss my super chat? I talked for a minute, man. I'll go through the super chats now, man. My bad. Okay, hey, best fight the best boxer. Said Wilder, like Wilder said to Wad, you better get me now while I'm young. It'll be almost impossible to get me later. Much love in super chat. Oh, I got to check that out, man. James just said Haymon at least put Rigondeaux back. Yeah, man. Man, they're going to get those dudes fights, man, because they don't have a reason not. He doesn't believe in not selling Rigondeaux. Bob Arum didn't want Rigondeaux, in my opinion. He didn't want Rigondeaux to be a boxer. He didn't want to be a boxer. He's like, Rigondeaux's a pain in the ass. I don't want him. And he starved him out. Them and HBO starved out Rigondeaux because they wanted to make another star in that division, man. These dudes are tricksters, man. Straight tricksters. Oh, for now, everybody's yes. Yeah, we're going to try to do everything as natural as we can. Thank you, my brother. Absolutely, man. Please do that, dog. It is going to save you so much money, especially if you have a girl. Yeah, man. What's going on? Hey, what's going on, Antonio Hamrick? He said, Valor said, I'm happy we're getting AJ versus White in April, the fight we all want. Get AJ out of here, man. Dog, just AJ can go do whatever AJ wants, man. AJ can go do what you want, man. Keep him. UK fans, keep him. Okay, we wanted to work with him. We were excited about him, but now you can just keep him. Just keep him. Man, these dudes be signing agreements. What agreement did you just sign? God, dog. Oh, I know what that is. All right, Arum is a bitter old biatch at this point. Yeah, I mean, he's 90 years old, man. You know, dog. I wish him nothing but health, man. Nothing but health, man. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something, dude. Kenny, but breastfeed makes the breast hang to the belly button. Dog, let me tell you something, man. You should not be a parent with that mentality. You should not be a parent with that mentality. That is about the most selfish shit. The second most selfish shit I've heard around childbirth. And that's one of the major issues with parenting is selfishness. This guy, who's a friend of mine, rest in peace, said this around another friend of mine who was a woman, and she flipped on him. He was like, he's like, I want my daughter. I want my wife to get a C-section because, the baby's going to stretch that out. And she's like, motherfucker, are you serious? You want her to cut her stomach up so she don't ruin the coochie for you? Dog, she went bananas on this dude. And I was like, so that's the first thing. That was years ago. Thinking about that, I'm thinking about what you just said. You want your baby to drink plastic? You want your baby to drink some chemical trash made up in a fat. You want her to basically drink Sprite and Cheerios mix instead of breast milk from your mother because you won't like the way it makes the breast look? Dude, you should never have a child because that is, well, let me put it this way. That's an indication that you're too selfish and immature to be a good parent. Okay? What's the next one? What are you going to do? Not going to get the kids the books they need because you need a new pair of tennis shoes? What are you going to do? Not hire a tutor for your kid in math class because you need to go to the golf course? And hold on, I got golf next week. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You raise the most important thing about being a parent, a good parent, is selflessness. Is selflessness. Giving sacrificing for your child, for the well-being of your child. With the end result, knucklehead, being that when you need them, they will be there for you. If you want to be selfish with your child, be selfish like this. I need for this child to get everything that they need to live a productive, a constructive life where they can live comfortably and have everything that they need, have all their needs met. So that when I get into a situation where I can no longer provide that for myself, then I have a safety net, somebody that can help me when I need that. That's the purpose of taking care of your kids, dumbass. That's the purpose. You're supposed to take care of your parents when they get old. They take care of you when you're young. You take care of them when they're old. That's how that works. That's why you need a family. Not just for you. You don't need your wife to have big breasts at the expense of your kid. Moron. God, dog. That's seriously, man. I think that's about the stupidest thing I've heard this week. And I've heard a lot of stupid stuff. Okay. But that's what you want. That's what's in it for you with your children. Okay. That's what's in it for you. If you're one of these people that needs the whiff them, tell me what's in it for me. Why should I have children? Well, you might want to have children so that if something happens to you, there's somebody there for you. There's a saying called once a man, twice a child. Once a man, twice a child. You are born a child and you die a child. You need somebody to take care of you till you become an adult. Then you become an adult. When you become a senior citizen, when you become elderly, you need someone to take care of you. You can't carry things into the house. You can't walk up flights of stairs. You can't work 50-hour work weeks. You cannot do that anymore. Now it's their turn to do that for you. That's the fundamental reason that there are families. Family is not about love and romantic. Oh, he swept me off my feet, and I'm gonna have this euphoric feeling of love for the rest of my life. And but oh no, he made me mad. I'm not in love with him anymore. Let me go away, and I'm gonna divorce him. Let me divorce him because I'm not in love anymore. Or let me divorce her because her breasts aren't big anymore. I don't like how she looks. No. It's about having a unit, so the protection of all, okay? Like the what is it? The Stark thing, in the Game of Thrones. When winter comes, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Another perfect example is 78 Sports TV when he lost the ability for 3 months to do his live streams. Guess what happened? He just skipped on over to another pack member, jumped on his channel, did Trill Boxing Talk, didn't skip a beat. Now, not only does he have the morning show, he has one in the evening that he does. Okay? When winter came, the lone wolf didn't die. And the pack survived. That's why you need your children. That's why you need your children that's why you need to take care of your children. That's why you need to raise your children. Okay? That's why you need to instill in them values that will make them productive adults. Okay? That is why you need them. That's why the disintegration of the family is such a problem. It's such a problem. There's 5 kids in my family, 2 parents. My parents are now in their 80s. My parents are not going to be able to maintain their house. Even if they can pay for that thing, they still cannot live in it. So they're going to have to come with me. They're going to have to come with me because somebody is going to have to, like I did with my grandmother, somebody's going to have to make their eggs in the morning. Somebody's going to have to make the coffee for her in the morning. My grandmother lived by herself for years and years and years until she got too old. And then she moved in with my mother and my father. And then I was still close there at the time. I would get up every morning. My grandmother pushed eggs, not scrambled. Push, son, pushed. Sat there, made her coffee, made her eggs, made her bacon, had a bedroom for herself. She would tell me stories, talk to stories. She was secure till she died. And only for a little bit of time did her health get deteriorated enough where she had to be somewhere where people could, there could be medical attention close to her. But what are you going to do if you don't have that? You're going to rely on your 401k that these people in Fifth Avenue can steal from you at any moment? You're going to rely on your pension that these people can steal and take away at any moment and have done so? But if you got 5 and 6 productive kids, 5 and 6 productive children, and one might not be able to do it, but somebody else can. But if this guy has the money, but this person has the time, you can work it out and you can take care of your family. That's what it is. That's what it is. There's nothing more important. There could be some things as important as family, but there's nothing more important to the safety and stability of your life overall than the family. The family unit. That's why cats are real selective when they can be about who you marry. Like they talk about these cats from India who arrange marriages as if that's some shit. Oh, that's so barbaric. That don't give me freedom of choice. Dude, they want to make sure you're lazy or your asses can afford to help them when they're too old. Man, what are you gonna marry this dude? What? How is that gonna help your kids? How's that gonna help us when we get old? This person isn't gonna be able to work. No, we want you with this family because we're combining our families so we can both support each other and make a pillar of strength. That's their logic behind that. That's the logic behind it. It's only like what in like the 1800s where people started coming up with this romantic idea of marriage. Like it's there because you're going to be in love forever. Like it's some prolonged sugar rush or some shit. Marriage is not some prolonged sugar rush. Like, oh man, I like this pop. Oh, I'm tired of this pop. Let me sit down and go get another one. You know? But there are people with wealth, so much wealth that they never have to worry about it. They'll be like, oh, you know what? I'll just hire a maid. You know, I'll just hire a maid. I'll just hire somebody else. But then they get stuck there like Mickey Rooney, who had all that money, went through all them wives, wound up being miserable in his old age. Kids didn't get the money they were supposed to get. Some 40-year-old chick he married, taking all the money, causing all kind of drama. Dog, who you though? Who you? I preached my parent, they can't take my opinion. My daughter is going to was going to do what she does, but hey, dude, like they said on Trill Boxing Talk, believe you me, dog. I got about 4 minutes left before I jump off. I tell my daughter all the time, that's a hoe. Cardi B, that's a hoe. She's like, why are you talking bad about Cardi B? Because I ain't talking bad about her, but that's a hoe. That's what that is. She on a stripper pole. Look, Alex. That's a stripper pole. She's damn good at it too. She got talent. See somebody throwing dollars at her. That's a hoe. You don't need to be no hoe. You're going to have a husband. You have a relation with your husband. That's all. Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. That's human. You human. But dog, don't be no hoe. You know what I mean? My son, give him the speeches. Look, man, you need to be able to get a job because my son's kind of a pretty boy. Like, my son's a pretty boy. He's the kind of dude that women holler at him. And since he's a pretty boy, I'm like, look, dude, you need to make sure you can get a woman that's about that real one. A real one. Somebody that wants to have a family. Somebody that wants to have a career, wants to bring something to the table equal to what you bring. Not somebody that wants you because and this might sound crazy, y'all, not somebody that just wants you either because you got money or because, you know, they got some hang up about how tight their kid's hair is going to be and they want you to loosen the curls up or some shit. Because that stupid shit happens. So make sure and I talked to them about it, man. I can't pick their spouses for them, but I'll be damned if they don't know, dude. Look, don't bring no fucking chicken head around this mug. Okay, no chicken heads. Okay, no chicken heads. Now y'all might call them the chicken heads was before. Now y'all call them thoughts. You know that hoe over there, stay over here. The hoe over there, stay over there. Don't bring her home. No, yeah, I know she's fine. She looks good. All that shit. That's a hoe. And I'm telling you, y'all don't need to do that. There are women. The thing that kills me too about cats don't understand this. The girls in medical school, the girls in law school, the chicks that are doing that stuff and they're getting their MBAs, the girls who are becoming engineers, trust. I ain't telling no secrets, but dog, everything you get from them thoughts, you get from them. There ain't no difference. None. Anything they talking about it too. They're women. Okay, they're women. And on top of it, them chicks be beautiful. Beautiful. Bunch of them. Go for them. If you're an NBA player, dude, go to Howard Law. Go find some chick at Howard Law. Go find some chick at Harvard Medical School. Go find them at the nursing school. Go find them there. They got plenty of them. If you got dough, if you about yourself, dude, don't go to the strip club looking for a wife. Go to the strip club looking for about 15 minutes of fun. And that's cool because they working too. Tip them. Knock it out. Boom. $100. Go to the back room, whatever the hell y'all do. But when you do, leave. Because that's their job. Okay? Do it, leave. But cats want to like the chick, Brittany Griner. What's that girl's name? Brittany, some real beautiful girl. Kim Kardashian, are you kidding me? Now, Kim Kardashian got more money than them dudes now. So, okay. She can actually pay some bills now, but come on, man. Y'all got to get better than that, dude. They got plenty of women just as beautiful as them chicks that are showing you everything. They got girls that are just that beautiful and more beautiful and ain't showing you a thing. Ain't showing you nothing. Okay? If you ain't worth it. If you ain't worth it, they ain't showing it. You don't get to see it. Trust. You know who when I was in school, and I get off on this, man. Reiner. Yeah, are you kidding me? Please. Hey, I went to school with when I was in law school. Last story before I go, because I know that my man's getting on in a minute. Yeah, I'm giving the game away. You know who I went to school with? Ananda Lewis. Ananda Lewis was at Howard undergrad. Before she got on BET and before she had her show, she was a girl at Howard University. Just a girl walking around Howard University. Sick. I mean, good God almighty. She was ridiculous. Walking around with a chiffon shirt on at a football game, you could see clear as day straight through her chiffon shirt. At Howard University, met her, was never a friend with her, met her because I knew somebody was a friend with her. Probably at that time, I'm leaving my wife out of it because my wife, beautiful woman, all that, love my wife to death, always get shout out to my wife. One of the smartest, most well-spoken, down-to-earth, ridiculously beautiful women I've ever seen in my life at Howard University, just walking around. If you were on your game, if you were about business, she was right there. And she's better. None of them thoughts are on that level. I promise you, none of them. Girls I was at Howard Law. There are girls at Howard Law. Right now, they pulling in a cool 300G a year. Cool 300G a year. Easy. Several of them. Nobody coming out of there right now. I'd be shocked if anybody in there is making less than 100G coming out of there. I mean, now. Coming out of there, maybe not, but now. But those are the people that are there in those schools. There are people who you can build a life with. Right? And I don't want to tell you the stories about things with people in medical school and law. It's the same shit you bozos want from these chicks at strip clubs. Literally. It's like, and all they're doing is they're not showing it to you. You gotta be about something. They're not the cow giving away the milk for free. And they ain't even looking for the money. You just gotta be about something. You gotta have a goal in your life. And these cats ain't talking about, you don't just have to be like, oh, I'm going to be a medical doctor. No, these cats are married guys some of these guys, people are married to guys that are truck drivers, people that are, guys that are just solid individuals who are consistent in what they do, right? Who ain't about a bunch of drama, right? Who ain't slapping them and ain't doing all kind of dumb shit like that. They want to have fathers for their baby. They want to have babies. They want to have fathers for their kids. They're from the same neighborhood you're from. They went to the Lincoln Preparatory Academy in Kansas City or Lynn Bloom or Hyde Park in Chicago or Saint whatever it is in New Orleans. You can get these girls. You don't have to get thoughts. Them chicks ain't even worth it. They're not even worth it. And I'm telling you, I promise you, dude, if you don't know who Ananda Lewis is, she was not the only one like that at Howard. She might have been a little exceptional because God dog, she was a little exceptional. No joke about it. But come on, man. They're all over the place, man. You just got to know. You just got to be about it, dog. Oh, Layla D. Let me see. Oh, he ain't about a super chat today. Let me check the super chats, then I'm going to get out of here. But that's my advice for you young men. And that's what I tell my son, dog. Just go over there, man. My wife is a blessing, man. My wife is a blessing. And I'm never going to show you a picture of my wife. Never. But trust me, my wife what's her name? Reiner? Fuck out of here. There ain't shit that chick got on my wife. Nothing. I promise you. Nothing. And my wife did not need me. She did not need me. She had a whole bunch of NFL football players, whole bunch of cats trying to talk to her, all kind of shit. But she was like, nah, I fuck with them. They just gonna be cheating. I don't want all that drama. I don't want all that drama. She wanted somebody that was going to, she wanted a stable family. That's what she wanted. And she'd always been approached by those type of dudes, dope dealers, dudes, all that shit. She always got approached by them. She's like, that's just too much drama. But easy, dude, easy money. And I promise you, dude, easy, Reiner, easy money. Dude. I wouldn't, dude. Why? Why? You don't need that shit. That shit's a dime a dozen. That chick a dime a dozen, dog. Dime a dozen. Reed Samuel, dog. What's good, man? Much love in the super chat, dog. I think I hit that. But anyway, that's my opinion. I'm not saying, but she's a dime in a dozen. But there's a bunch of dimes. There's a bunch of chicks. Bunch of them, dude. Snacks be in the building. Much love in the super chat. And by the way, dummy that brought this conversation up, I'm going to be with my wife as long as I can possibly be with my wife. And does she still look just like she looked like when I married? No, she does not. But, dog, she's more than good enough for me, dog. More than good enough for me. And it's a blessing to have ever met her. It's a blessing to be with her. It's a blessing. And gravity affects everybody, homie. Gravity is going to affect you. Okay? I don't look like I looked when I was 22, 23 years old. I don't look like that. I'm just what it is, man. You're going to grow old. Grow old with dignity. Grow old with dignity. Be about your family. Like they say in that proverb, I don't remember where it's from or whatever, but, when I was a child, I thought as a child, acted as a child. Now that I'm a man, I think, I put childish things behind me. That particular statement was childish, friend. Anyway, it is what it is, man. Much love and support to everybody. Thanks for all the support. Please check out, I'm going to put this link in the description. Please go to the Patreon, subscribe to the Patreon, man. It'd be appreciated. I definitely want to put this stuff out there. Derek McGee says, salute for the dimes. Girls love bad boys. Nah, dude. Let me tell you, man. Stupid chicks like bad boys. Stupid chicks like bad boys. That's who likes bad boys. Stupid chicks. Period. And I'm not saying unintelligent, I'm saying people that are doing something stupid. If you are a good girl, right? You're a good girl. Whatever definition of girl you need, and there's a dude that you like, they're sticking people up, about to go to jail, and says, baby, I'm about to go to jail. Will you have my baby? And she does it. She's a fucking moron. And I'm sorry if that applies to any of y'all's girls. I'll tell you like my dad told me. So what my dad told me, me and my wife had a problem, right? And I was like, man, her dad don't like me. I don't like her dad. I didn't like my wife's dad. I had a problem with him because he didn't like me. You know what my dad told me? Because you ain't about shit, son. If you were with my daughter the way you were acting, I wouldn't like you either. How's that for hard truth? My mother and father told me that about my wife. You need to start acting like you deserve her and stop acting like an arrogant little prick. Take care of your business. Get your shit together. I wouldn't like you either. And that's my mama talking to me because I was a bad boy. Not the bad boy in the sense of, crime bad boy. I was just the arrogant noob, going to college, had money in my pocket, thinking, that I could get this chick, that chick, trying to find as many dimes as I could get my hands on, dog. That's what I was trying to do before I got married. Trying to find every dime I could get my hands on, dog. Was engaged to my wife, dumped her. Dumped her. After I was engaged, because I was like, nah, man, I just too many chicks, man. Shit. I don't want to do it. That's super arrogant. That nigga, that her dad don't like me to this day. Treating me somewhat more tolerable now because he believes that I'm not going to leave her. I'm never going to hurt his daughter again. But that nigga probably want to kill me. Probably wanted to kill me. I'm telling that was my experience. Me being not a good, and I had to change my life. And all the wrong you do, you pay for that wrong. And I paid for that wrong. All the wrong I did, I paid for that wrong. I paid heavy for that wrong. Try not to be a bad boy. Try to be a constructive man. And if you got a daughter out there, if you're a woman and you want that bad boy, whatever bad means to you, if it means non-constructive, non-productive, leave that dude the fuck alone. Okay? If he's not trying to achieve something, leave that dude alone. Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. If he ain't about nothing, that's what you're going to get out that dude. And if you, son, are not about nothing, get about something. Be constructive, figure out what you're going to do to be of value to somebody in your life. If you're not doing that, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve her. I tell my son that too, because that's a hard truth. My dad flat out told me, I wouldn't like you either. I wouldn't like you either. So, my mama, I wouldn't like you either. You need to accept she's gone, dude. You need to accept that. You don't deserve her. It's what my mama told me. You don't know. You don't even deserve her. How's that for some harsh-ass truths? El Fabre said, Fannon, man, what up? This channel should be bigger. We keep working it, man. Eric, for now, your shit didn't stink. Nah, dog, I'm telling you, man, yeah, that's the kind of dude I was. That's the kind of dude I was. I'll end the conversation on this, man. But yeah, man, I was terrible. Related to women, I was a terrible human being. An absolute terrible human being. Never hurt one, never put my hands on them, no shit like that. But I was completely a piece of trash dude when it came to women. And I paid the price. And I paid the price very, very heavily. Very, very heavily. So anyway, take that. I'm not talking out without experience. I'm telling you my personal. I'm not going to tell you what it is and none of that. It ain't none of your business. But it is what it is. And with that, peace. I'm out.